Chris Classic 2016. First of all, I'm a New York nigga. New kicks, new chicks, and new fitted. You can put me anywhere, I'ma kick it. 125th G-Dep, let's get it. I hate when niggas say you make real hip-hop. I will still fuck your bitch in Gucci flip-flops. The problem is if I say anything intelligent, you call it conscious like it's somehow not relevant. I agree that this ain't really for KOD, but say la vie out the bows in the SUV. On my way to the Black Oscar.
Yeah. Welcome to the Misfits of Comedy Podcast. It is your boy, CJ Trowers in the house. What's good? It is another Wednesday in Atlanta. It is colder than penguin pussy outside. And this shit is very discouraging.
Right.
I be wanting to wake up and go exercise. I was supposed to wake up and go to the gym this morning, and I asked Alexa what the weather was. Bitch said 23 degrees. I said, yep. Never mind. Get my ass right back in this cover. I can work out another day. I got nothing to prove.
Right.
No one got to see this dad bod until a couple of months from now. Some bodies are made in the winter, nigga, but some days you can skip.
Yeah. It's cold. It's been cold the last couple of days.
And we're
gonna warm up though.
It is supposed to be in the mid-60s next week. That's why niggas catch the flu.
Right. Supposed to be in the mid-60s and it's supposed to rain.
It was snow up in New York.
Really?
Yeah, this past couple days.
I saw a video of people at the Bears game, right? They was at the Bears football game, and the guy had he was pouring out a Coke or a Pepsi or something, and as he was pouring it, it was freezing.
I believe
into the cup. That's how cold it was out there.
And they got a slushie. I believe
right, it was a slushie. I was like, what the hell? And I used to live in that shit. Like,
that's what I'm saying. We lived in that type of temperature. For niggas to still live there, like, come on, son. Not at all. So, yeah. I'm so disappointed when I come in and I be like, y'all have this type of weather? Just let it snow here so we can stay home. That's what I be waiting for. It's perfect snow weather the last couple days.
Right.
This is perfect snow weather.
Yeah,
when you go outside, there's no ice on your window. That's when it's supposed to snow. I'm like, it's so cold, there ain't no moisture in there.
Yeah.
This is snow time.
Snow time.
But you niggas refuse to snow.
They want to give you everything but to snow. They want to give you everything but to snow. They want to give you the cold, the wind, everything.
That wind on Sunday? Was it Sunday?
Yeah.
Shit. I thought it was in Chicago. That wind. My kids and I went to church, and we came around the corner at the park of the car. That wind busted us in our mouth. It's like, I don't know if I want to praise God today.
Well, and I used to walk in that weird downtown Chicago, and my auntie stayed in Marina City, so I used to walk on State Street all the time. And I walked on State Street one time, and as I was rounding the corner, that wind hit my ass in the face so hard, I went on back in the house because it was too goddamn cold out there. That wind can slap the shit out of you in Chicago. I ain't gonna even lie.
Chicago, New York, because we have such buildings. When that cold hits you, it cuts your face. It can literally feel like it cutting your face.
Right.
And you cry, the tears come in, that shit freeze by the time it get down to your body and your face.
I've had that.
Like, you got dried tears. It's like just dried
icicles.
It's crazy. I don't wish this shit on nobody. I need to hurry up and get like 50s. And we be good.
Yeah.
But all this, I'm out here with my damn pea coat on. I'm trying not to pull out no North Face or nothing. My coworkers laughing at me like, it ain't that bad.
Right. You from New York. You should be used to it. Ain't that the favorite word?
You in the cold weather, you should be... Nigga, stop. I don't like the cold any more than you do.
Right. Yeah, that's the point.
What are we talking about? That's why I'm here. Duh.
That's the point.
I don't like the cold any more than you do.
Let me ask you a question. Since we're talking about comedy and we interviewing the host of the Misfits of Comedy, let me ask you a question. This is a question I thought about today. I said, in the general census of things, black comedians are funnier. I'm not trying to be facetious.
Right.
Black comedians are funny. Do you think are funnier? Do you think that the things that we go through on a daily basis is what makes us funnier? Or what makes black comedians funny? I'm not a comedian, so I'm not going to put us in the equation.
I want to say that because of our abilities to tell stories from way, way back in the day, slavery times, and to captivate a crowd or captivate small audience, just to be able to just pass on history and stuff like that, we are better storytellers. We have better ways to dissect a story and break it down in ways that I don't want to sound like that, but that the other ones, our counterparts can't. So, sure, there are certain comedians that could tell a story and do like that, but the way we break it down, the animation, the voices, the characters, the inflections in your voices, we add a little extra razzle dazzle that puts that person over. Our top comedians that are storytellers are better than most people's counterparts.
How has being a black comedian shaped your journey, both in terms of opportunities and obstacles?
Opportunities, I say, because I'm in corporate America, and I go too detailed into it, it allows me the ability to be in front of people and know how to read a crowd. Read whether it's one or two people from me, or if I'm doing a presentation, PowerPoint presentation in front of a room full of people. It allows me the comfortability to read a crowd and not be nervous about it like I would have been probably years before ever doing comedy.
Right.
Obstacles, you love to do it, but it doesn't pay like it should. It's one of those things that you really have to love to do it, because if you think you're going to get rich off it overnight, you definitely not.
And speaking of that, after 10, you've been doing 10 years, am I correct?
Yeah.
After 10 years of doing comedy, what keeps you from coming back? What keeps you coming back to the stage when the industry hasn't given you the big breaks, and you see other less funny comedians, climbing that ladder? What keeps you coming back?
The love of it, the addiction of laughter. There's no better feeling. You heard a lot of comedians in the chair say it's almost like an orgasm. It's a drug. It's nothing like having a room full of people that you don't know laugh at a joke that you as at home crafting, and they all find it funny. Just as heartbreaking as it is if you crafted it and they don't find it funny.
Right.
So it's the high of chasing that laugh that makes you bring it back. And every comedian is one or two jokes away from getting that big break. So all your favorite comedians had a really good joke that allowed them to get, that night they was there and an executive from a network was there, Netflix something, and they got them to say, I want to give you a special.
Okay.
It's only take one or two good jokes for somebody to go, yeah, I'm going to give you a shot. Or they get the shot and they perform that one or two good jokes, and now it's legendary. Everybody know the Kevin Hart, all right, and all that kind of shit. Everybody, when they really getting their break, it's that one or two jokes that get them by, and you be like, yeah, that's their breakthrough. You know what I'm saying? So you looking for the opportunity to be diligent and consistent for that breakthrough.
And I look at comedians, and speaking of Kevin Hart, and I looked at a show, I think it was like 10 or 11 years ago, where Kevin Hart was on the bill and Tommy Davidson was on the bill. And Tommy Davidson was 10 times funnier than Kevin Hart, in my opinion. And he hasn't been given that opportunity. And I often wonder, what is it about him that doesn't make him, commercial or bankable? I look at him, he's probably funnier than 10 times the comedians that's actually made a living or become stars. And what do you think is the problem? What do you think that may be causing him? In your own opinion, these are opinions. They're not facts.
These are opinions.
Okay.
I think Tommy Davidson is a beast. Anybody knows that he's very animated. He's a very good comedian. He's great at voices. Some certain comedians that's been in the game for a long time become too underground. And it's not like he don't know him because he done In Living Color. His reach isn't the same as Kevin. One thing I'm gonna say about Kevin, even though I'm not a super Kevin Hart fan, like I respect what he done in the game. But when I said that man has maximized his marketability potential, that 15 minutes of fame we like to talk about, he is pushing beyond the limit. As no other comedian I can say.
He's pushed to $800 million.
Yeah, I can't think of any other comedian. I mean, we know Eddie Murphy and all kinds of stuff, of course.
Right.
But when I'm talking about the modern comedian, yeah, he's maximized in every shape, form, or facet that you can imagine. Any opportunity, he squeezed the shit out of all opportunities. So, I think he just knows how to position himself, and that's the difference between somebody's going to be great and just somebody's going to be, good.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, exceptional and good.
You know, we always talk about Dave Chappelle and how great he is as a comedian. And like he's like the GOAT of comedians right now.
Right.
And you were saying Kevin Hart squeezed. Do you think Dave Chappelle's, this is opinions again, do you think that his comedy was more than 15 minutes? Or was it the fact that he turned down $50 million in order to do it how he wanted to do it?
I think
that made him the king.
I think what makes, and I'm not, again, it's my opinion, I'm not gonna make anybody hurt any feelings. I think him turning down $50 million made everybody go, what the fuck's going on over here?
Right.
The integrity became on a higher level pedestal. Not saying that Kevin don't, but when you walk away from a show at its prime, not like it was on its downfall. This show was 2 seasons in. This motherfucker was on its prime, offering $50 million for another 2 or 3 more seasons.
Right.
And he was on his upward incline of wherever he was going, stratosphere, and he walked away from it without even hesitating. That shit, the allure of that type of shit always bring people to go, oh yeah. I want is that type of mystery go, and when he explains it, you be like, that shit makes sense now. Because as things start unfolding in many facets of entertainment, you be like, I could see how you don't want to do anything for money. And that's what it became. It became, what am I willing to compromise for money? And once he tells you the story, you be like, I get it. And that's what it is. He has the total freedom and autonomy to say and do whatever he wants to, because he doesn't have to worry about a major machine behind him. No market. Not saying he's not marketable. No commercial. Nothing. He gonna lose an endorsement. It don't fucking matter. Dave can do Dave.
Right.
And as much as Kevin, I don't want to say, I'm pretty sure they would want that freedom, because that level of money and success comes with boundaries. It comes with handcuffs. It comes with the ability to say, I can't say that.
Right.
And we've seen the perfect example of that when he tried to host the Grammys or the Oscars or whatever it was, and they brought up old jokes.
Right.
Jokes about him talking about his gun, his son may be gay because he liked a dollhouse.
Right.
This fucking joke was like 10 years old.
Right.
But he had the answer for that. So much so he had to bow out because it was bringing too much attention to the hosting job. So, what the fuck you gonna say about Dave?
Right.
Dave's gonna talk about transsexuals. He's gonna talk about Jews. He's gonna talk about whoever the fuck he want to. There's nothing you gonna say to cancel him. What do you want to cancel him from?
Right. Because he's doing his own thing.
He's doing his own thing. And Netflix, being the network that they are, they back whatever the fuck it is. They have not yet to say, I'm gonna take some shit down. As far as I know, I've never seen Netflix be confronted, hit with a cease and desist letter, and they said, yeah, I'm gonna take the shit down.
Yeah.
You're not even doing this shit with the Diddy shit now. Nah, we're not taking it down. We're gonna roll with it. Them niggas love that controversy. They're not fucking with.
Yeah. I think that with their new, I think with Netflix, in my opinion, I think with them buying Warner Brothers Discovery, I think that they may change that tune though, because they had to get in bed with the current administration and say some things. So I think the tone that they have now, that we're not going to take it down, we're not going to do it after this purchase, is going to change drastically.
Very well.
But that's just my opinion.
Very well so. Because distribution becomes different.
Right.
And that's what happens. You do it for the sake of being able to reach a broader audience, and that comes with cost. Again, every time you take in more money from a corporation or somebody want to be part of your picture, they gonna want input. That input comes with a cost.
So let me ask another question. I got 2 more questions, then we can get into your paper.
All right, go ahead.
Do you ever wonder if making it is overrated, and the real win is just surviving 10 years in the comedy industry?
I think every person's version of making it is different. Success is different to each person, right? I think a comedian like Gary Owens or Michael Blackson may say they're successful in the comedy game, and they very well so.
Right.
They're working comedians.
Right.
Success for me wouldn't have to be I'm in movies or having my own TV show. If I can get a working gig, maybe a radio show, or I'm touring 8 months out the year and I'm working every weekend and I'm averaging $10,000, $15,000 a month. That's success to me.
That's success to you.
Like I don't have to be on the level of a Kevin Hart.
You
I don't have to be.
You don't have to go back to corporate. You can survive.
I can survive off of that.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do. Be able to survive off your gift, survive off something you're passionate about regularly. And that's, I think, if you ask any of those comedians, I've heard one or two of them say that, that's successful.
Yeah, I think that for us creators, like me as being a DJ and you being a comedian, I think a lot of times we want to make money off of the things that we love to do. But I think right now, especially for DJs and some comedians, I think the market is saturated. And also,
that's true.
Going by how and everything's so cliquish. I know, this is just me from outside looking in. I know the comedy field is cliquish to me, but I know for sure that the DJ community is cliquish, especially in Atlanta. Yeah. I don't know why it's that way, but it is. I mean, I know several DJs. I've had several DJs on this platform do shows and stuff like that. Not one, maybe one, but out of all of them, not one invites you out to come and DJ with them or do something with them. And but they'll hit me up when they want me to play a song on the radio for them or put it in rotation so they can get paid. But when it comes to things of that nature, and I noticed that with you, you've had, I wouldn't even be shocked to say thousands of comedians on this couch talking and my thing is, why don't they? And I'm not saying they don't. I don't know. I don't. We work. I have a job.
It's not on the level that I think they should.
Right. And I'm not gonna beg on a level that I think they should too. And I'm just being me.
Right.
I'm gonna tell it like it is. I think you should be in a lot more shows. I think that because not only have you had people on the couch that nobody knows, but you've had people on the couch that people know. And I think that just the point of you interviewing them, and a lot of them say, "This is my first interview. This is my first podcast. This is my first." I think that they should invite you out more. Right. And that's just me being me or me being petty. But I think it's called, hey, I'm going to interview you. When you do something, let me know. I might want to do something too. Right. And you always say it, but they never ask you. They never I never see them reaching out to you. And to me, that's I don't want to say it's shady, but I think it makes the camaraderie within the industry worse. We can't, you know what I'm saying? It makes the competition worse because now I'm looking at you like, oh, okay, you know me. This is how I am as a DJ. Yep. I don't know how you are as a comedian. As a DJ, I say, oh, you know me, but you want to invite me out. Oh, it's because I'm a better DJ than you. And you only want DJs on the platform with you that you know that you are better than or that you think that you are better than. Now everyone can get it. Because when I'm DJing, everyone can get it. I don't give a fuck who it is. Right. I'm not toning my DJing down for nobody. I am not doing it. The headliner, the opener, I don't give a fuck who the DJ is. I am not toning it down.
The same way.
You a DJ, you need to come on with it just like I'm going to come with it. Because I don't give a fuck if the crowd don't get what I'm doing. I'm going to tear your ass up in my mind.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I'm the same as that way. I get on the stage. Who in the lineup? Bet.
Right.
I'm coming. You better come with it, nigga.
Right.
Because I don't half step none of that bullshit. But like you said, that's probably a handful of people that actually, out of all the years, it's going on 10 years for doing the pod, that's actually invited me and done stuff. And I'll ask and stuff, but I'm not going to beg nobody.
No, you should never
I'm not going to beg. And then, they thank you for the opportunity. I love being I couldn't wait for you to, bring me on, blah, blah, blah. Can I come on again? Oh, you want to come on multiple times?
Right.
But I can't come on one?
I can't come on one time, but you want to come on multiple times. Right.
I've had people say, yo, I was able to get bookings because of your show. I was able to go on plays before your show.
Right.
I was able to. That's how I tell people, yo, this shit is not, no matter what y'all say, this shit can't be duplicated. That's why my loyalty to the station is what it is.
Right.
Because many have tried. I say this shit all the time. Labs pointed out to me, and I be like, yo,
you know I'm petty. I'm like, you see this motherfucker try to do a show just like you?
Let them rock. They're not going to keep it up.
Right.
And the majors have done it. And I know who y'all tried. Y'all not going to keep it up.
The consistency is the problem.
Consistency is the problem.
I tell people all the time, when you start doing this, it looks easy from the other side of the camera to have a conversation on the couch. But consistently doing it every week, how you going to do that? Coming on and talking about stuff differently to every comedian or every interview you do, how you going to do that? Yeah. So I see people start podcasts all the time. And like I've done Matrix on it. 4 shows in, they done. They can't figure it out. They can't figure the flow out. They can't figure what to do. And then people get into this business thinking I'm gonna make money right away, and you're not. That's just not possible. It takes 10 years on most podcasts to become famous, unless you just messy and you doing messy shit. Then that's different. Or you have a money machine behind you what does promos and all that stuff. Then that's different, of course. But we're talking about boots on the ground, regular 9-to-5 person trying to live his dreams after the 9-to-5. That's different. They know you do a podcast at this time of day. Why they calling you? Slick says, people you know have done a show on TV and have constant hosting gigs, and they still aren't famous or rich. So, what do you think about that? Or known? Let's just say known. We ain't gonna say famous. Known beyond the local scene.
Marketability, like you said, y'all oversaturate the shit. I can go on the spot. I've gone to spots and been places that people know who I'm at. I'll go into comedy spots and I don't have to. I get stage time or I ain't got to pay to go in. You know what I'm saying? So, the integrity of the game, not oversaturating yourself, not looking desperate. And then when I do perform, you make sure you perform and you kill. You know what I'm saying? When I come in the room, like Lab said, I'm going to make sure that I put pressure on you. There's certain comedians that I see and I be like, I know for a fact I'm funnier than them, and I should get that opportunity. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And people have their favorites and they had a little fan base and you're like, okay, all right, and you just rock with it. So. I used to take it personal now. This late in the game, I don't take it personal. I understand what it is.
Right.
They're in people's faces a little more than I am, and that's on me to get out in the faces more often. And I just gotta get better at that.
Do you think that the fact that you have a family, and I'm not knocking family because my family, my children, is what made me into the person I am today? Because I probably would have been out there wilding if I didn't have children.
Right.
Do you think that you having a family and children, and I don't want to say this wrong, but I want to ask the question so you understand. I'm not saying you're done, but so do you think that holds you back? Like you just said, people being in people's faces and in these spaces all the time. And I mean, you're a very responsible dad. You're a very good dad, and your kids always come first.
Always.
And I don't want to make it negative, but I want to ask, do you think that holds you back? Because to be honest with you, me as a DJ, that held me back.
Yes and no. So I want to be, because my children do watch the show. At least my
we love you, children. We ain't talking about you like that. We just saying you come first.
Because of how much I take, and anybody who follows me know how much I take being a dad as top priority. If people ask me, you doing this and that, and they tease me about it, I'm like, yeah, I got my kids.
Right.
And
I teach you about it all the time. You always got your damn kids.
Yeah,
I say it all
kids.
the time, but I say it out of love because you do always have your children. And that's a good dad. I couldn't fuck with you if you always said, fuck them kids. I'd be like, man, what you
I don't
you
hang
got
out with
kids?
anybody who don't take care of their fathers.
Right.
Like their children, period. It's an integrity thing. You got to be a good father. You can't hang out and be like, yo, you never talk about your kids. I had one dude, I was like, yo, you never talk about your kids, though.
Right.
What kind of fucking dad are you? But because of a lot of stuff is going around my schedule with my children, that does somewhat hold me back. And I'm not going to act like it's not. But I do it for them and me, right? I want to do something that I can help support them and do stuff for them, but I also want them to be proud of me.
Right.
And by me still doing comedy is an example to them that they can shoot for the things that they always want to aspire to do, right? I have to live the things I'm saying. So when my 9-year-old wants to be a singer and entertainer, my oldest wants to be, forensic science. If these are your passions and goals, you got to put yourself in the environment to make those things happen. Right. So I try my best to find a fine balance, and sometimes I hit the mark, sometimes I don't. I feel like I could be a lot further if it wasn't like that. But again, I don't have no regrets of having them. Right. But I got to do a better job of navigating around that. Right. Plus having a regular 9-to-5 that's becomes demanding at times. So outside of that, once I get on stage, I was telling somebody, another comedian the other day, I'm at a point that if I go a month or two without doing comedy, not being funny or anything like that, I still feel like it's like riding a bike. Right. I get nervous. I get all kinds of shit like that. Once that mic's in my fucking hand, all bets is off. Like, I don't have that, I might bomb feeling. And sometimes even it might be up there with new jokes, but I'm so comfortable in my craft now. I think I put more than 10,000 hours of that. You know, let's say you can't master anything until you put 10,000 hours in it. I've did more than 10,000 hours. So my comfortability level is at its height. My confidence level is at its height. Even if I'm not doing well, I feel comfortable enough that I can shrug it off and go, I'll be back tomorrow with the same shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'll tighten it up and do such. So, yeah. To answer your question, yes and no. I feel it. I could be further, but they motivate me to keep doing what I'm doing. So it's a plus in this one way.
Right. And I don't want to make it seem like, you know, I don't regret my children. I mean, my children are in their 30s. I don't regret my children. I just know that if I hadn't had them or been married, because I was married at young, 18. Yeah. I probably would have been further along because I would have been just focused on that passion and making that into my career. So, you know, that's how I feel about it. Is there a joke that you have written that you knew was brilliant, but the audience didn't get it? And does that drive you crazy or keep you humble?
It drives you a little crazy, but like I was talking when we had Smoke here last week, you don't change it up. You tell the joke and you find a new way of telling the joke. Outside of that, at this point, you learn the crowd. I can go. That's why I get there early. I tell people, yo, get to the spot early. Don't just come up there. If the show's at 9 o'clock, you walk in at 8:58. Like, give yourself enough time to come in there, look at the crowd, look at the environment. You can kind of tell. I'll come in there with a set of jokes I think is gonna work, and I'll be like, yeah, I may have to touch that up in my head. I know they're not gonna get this reference point, so let me figure out what it is. I'll go over Google. What is the equation of, you know, what's it equal to blah blah blah, and I'll change it up. And sometimes that's what you just gotta do. You gotta be able to just be smart enough to change up on the fly, or in front of the crowd. Like, so I have jokes that I think I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna say it exactly how it is, and fuck it, let's see what it goes like. And it works.
And it works.
It works better than I think it's gonna work. Or sometimes it doesn't, and in that moment, based on what I'm looking at, I'll look in their faces like that. I'll make the adjustment in that moment and go, mental note, when I go home or I go to my phone, let me go ahead and change that up because this works better than that part. If I say this or I add this to it, it works better. So you just gotta kind of learn the crowd, and you hope that you say, and tons of comedians like legends will tell you. That's told me, you tell the jokes for you. You tell the jokes for you. Go up there, have fun. You tell the jokes for you. You up there, you want to make them laugh, but you know, keep the integrity of who you are. Like, if I'm telling a story, I'm telling a story. You get it or you don't get it.
Right.
And some people gonna get you. You're not gonna make every person laugh. Everybody's not gonna find you funny. You're not their cup of tea. I used to take offense to that shit.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, like, yeah, you ain't funny. You ain't this and that. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? After a while, I stopped. It's cool. I ain't your cup of tea. Ain't no worries. Every one of you, I got 10 more that's saying they love it. Right. 10 more that's like, yo, why the fuck you ain't? When's the next show? When it comes? So I'm cool with that one because it's 10 more that go, yeah, I fuck with you.
I think the reason why we hated it because I think the negative comments burn more than the positive ones, and we tend to take the negative ones to heart as to somebody telling us we need to pack it up and do something else, you know.
Because it ain't often that you get it.
Right. So it may be just that. As a comedian, and I know I know that you've done the last few years. You've started doing clean comedy. Do you find that? And I know I've asked this question before. Do you find that it's harder to? Because you write, right? Do you find it's harder to write clean comedy? Does it flow better as a clean comic, or does it flow better when you can put some cussing in that?
Clean comedy
and the cussing is in the right spots. Let's just put it that way.
Clean comedy definitely requires more thought process. Because it can't be no sexual undertone. It can't. People like, oh, I'm doing clean comedy. You can't just talk about sex and you just not cursing. Like, the context of it has to be clean too. When someone said, yo, you got to do this joke, like you perform in a room full of Disney for Disney and 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds, you're like,
right,
I got it.
Right.
The context is just as much as important as it being clean and you're not cursing.
Okay.
So yes, clean comedy requires more. They pay you better. You have more opportunities. I've lost opportunities, and this is a conversation I had with my ex-wife. When she be like, I'll be like, yo, this pastor want to book me, they want to do this, they want to do that. And they said, we went to his page, and we saw some of his stuff, and he just cursed too much. I was like, that's the same pastor I talked to. And I asked him who was his favorite comedians. All his favorite comedians were people that curse.
Curse, right.
Bernie Mac.
Right.
Cedric the Entertainer, Eddie Murphy. They all curse. So why are you holding me to a standard when your favorite comedian do the exact same thing?
I think because, I'm not very big on pastors. I think a lot of, this is my opinion, I think a lot of them are pimps in the pulpit and they suck. But my thing is, I think that he may love it, he may be okay with it, but he's got congregation who may not like it. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to
keep up the facade.
Keep up a facade for everybody to keep that money flowing into the pots and keep it going to his pockets and paying his bills. So, so that's one of the things. Do you think that let me say this. Slick says, I tell Lab, DJ for him. Fuck these people.
You got to. You got to. Because everybody's gonna have an opinion.
Right.
And you take everybody's opinion. It's like being a chef or some shit. Oh, this is too salty. Mm-hmm. This is too this to that. If I took everybody's fucking opinion, this shit gonna be tainted anyway.
Right.
I'm doing this shit the way I want to. You get it or you don't get it. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Will I take some things into account from people who do what I do? Mm-hmm. You're not gonna take, yo, that was a terrible set. Nigga, do you DJ?
Right.
Can you even tell me what equipment I'm using?
Right.
No.
Right.
I'm going to take it from my peers
right.
who understands what it takes to do this shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take what you said into consideration.
Right.
But the novice
it's
fucking
gonna be
fan.
down at the bottom of the consideration tab. Right.
The novice fucking fan just listen like, oh, you should have played this song after that.
Right.
Bitch, please. You know how to blend this shit? Do you know how to
have that doing the sets, though. As people come to you and say, play this song right here. It's going to really get the crowd going.
Oh, thank you for your input. You can use that on your set.
Right.
I want to use that like raggedy ass shit as my jokes. No, I'm good. Like, no, you can use that. No, right. I don't want to use it. I'm fine. So yeah, you gotta fucking do it your way,
right?
And be okay with it rubbing the people the wrong way. Okay with everybody's not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Again, when I first started, that shit bothered you,
right?
Because you feel like you want to make everybody laugh. If I told people a long time ago, if I go in a room, and it's been a lot of rooms, if I can get 70% of that fucking room laughing,
you good.
I'm good. Because I just need to divide and conquer majority of the room. And I've learned a long time ago, if you do and make a certain amount of room and the loud, talkative ones are not getting it and it's over here, they laughing loud enough, they're going to want to shut the fuck up and figure out what's going on. Right. No different than DJing. If niggas is dancing on the floor, and then little by little you start playing some shit, and more motherfuckers start dancing, they gonna feel left out.
Yeah.
I want to dance too. This motherfucker tearing it up. Right. Now you want to go do the boots on the ground or whatever shit else because you feel left out. Because now it's really jamming, and the DJ is going crazy, and he's saying shit on the microphone. Now you're like, all right, fuck it, this is my song. Like, niggas, people don't want to be left out. So like I said, if I get 70-80% of the room, the niggas is over there doing hookah and talking to the bar.
They're going to join in eventually.
They're going to join in eventually.
Right.
They're going to say something and you're going to be like, yeah, I got your ass.
Do you wish that people who book comedians, especially in Atlanta, would separate the hookahs? And I'm not going to say the food, but the hookahs and all that stuff. Like, because I've noticed that a lot of comedians, and me just watching your interviews on the couch, it seems that the hookahs and the food and all that, it's a very big distraction because by the time you're telling the jokes and you get to a certain point or the punchline, people don't understand it because they're paying attention to the menu or they're trying to pay the bill or they're trying to get a hookah or they're trying to do this or they're trying to do that. Whereas if they're just focused on the show, it may be a more funnier show for them.
That's true. And a lot of comedians, well, a lot of clubs that do comedy, they're not going to do any place that doesn't have alcohol or ability to have hookah or stuff like that because of course that brings more money to them.
Right.
But you do want somebody to be comfortable in their element.
I'm not discarding the alcohol or the food, but it's the other stuff.
Yeah. The other stuff that's up. That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to bring it to saying it's part of the element because people now do hookah so much. You know, I was just talking to one of my employees today, and they was like, "Yeah, we do hookah at home." Blah blah blah. I'm like, why? Just casual, this leisurely, just because I'm bored. Like, what the fuck? Well, because that's such a part of people's everyday, I have to put it in an environment to make you want to stay. And having a hookah, because I smoke cigars. I don't smoke cigars a lot, but I smoke them, in social environments. those things require time, and in that time, you're gonna want to do other things, which means drink and eat. So you may just want to be, I just want a hookah, I'm chilling. And after a while, after smoking this hookah for 40 minutes, you're like, you know what? Let me order some food. You know what? Let me get some drink. Let me do that. So it's part of the lore of saying, hey, I want to stay a little bit longer. But yeah, the timing of them ordering it and doing kind of stuff like that is very much distracting.
Right.
It's very much the waitress and them getting in the way and talking loud. I've been at clubs and you be like, damn, bitch, shut up. You asking to order right there in front of me.
Right.
And I call this shit out.
Right.
You got a fat ass, but you just gonna keep taking this order right now in front of everybody as a whole show.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, I gotta get my money too. Bitch, I'm in trying to get my check too. Get out the way. So, I mean, it is what it is, but and I think it's our stuff, and I ain't gonna say, you know, it's our urban rooms and like that.
Yeah.
Because if you go to other rooms, they're not like that.
Right.
They have all that stuff established out the way early. They come to laugh.
Right.
They're not
they come to watch you tell the jokes. They ain't coming for all the extra.
They will have their drinks ready already. They will have whatever they want already at the table. And there's very rarely will they have that. Plus, they also offer intermissions.
No intermissions at the urban clubs. You just got to keep going straight through. And do you think that's because they have so many comedians on the bill, though?
That's part of it. But they understand people need a little break. A little mental break.
Right.
And it gives you opportunity to go pee,
Smoke
opportunity to go smoke a cigarette and go to the stuff. And then they come back and they get all that stuff and they bring it to the table and they sit there for another period of time without interruption.
I believe, this is just my opinion. I'm not a comedian, I say this all the time, but just listening, I believe that these urban clubs, especially open mics, have too many comedians.
They do.
I believe that they ought to cap them at 5 to maybe 7 comedians for the night. But when you got 25 people want to get up there, it makes the comedy muddled to me.
It does.
Because now I can't remember who said this, who said that, and that may be messing up my opportunity. And then they could give you more time. I mean, how can I tell what kind of comedian you are if I want to support you within 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever?
Yep.
I mean, I think greed becomes an issue, and then when you have comedians who want to be on stage, who need to practice, who need to do this, it becomes they're taken advantage of now. Because I can get 25 comedians on this open mic and not pay them a dime, and have my whole show filled and everybody buying hookahs and drinks and everything, and once the comedian's done, nobody remembers them because there's been 25 of them, and I can't remember who told the funniest jokes because I was buying hookahs, I was buying food, I was buying something to drink, and there was fucking 25 of them.
You get tired. You wear out the crowd, and all white clubs do that too. They're not exempt. There's a lot of them out there that do 20 comedians, and as soon as I see a list, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be one of them fucking
right.
Lists. So everybody's getting 4 minutes, and it's a marathon. I always say it, and I'll say it out loud. Y'all had a marathon of comedians 13 before me. Nobody wants to stay there for all that.
When I have 13 comedians in my face, I'm not staying for the 15th because I can't remember the jokes now, and it's not funny to me anymore. Now it becomes an assembly line of comedians, and I'm like, who is this guy by the 14th one?
And what happens is, if those people have supporters that came out with them to see him, once he performs, say he number 5. Once he performs, they dipping.
They leave.
They out. So a lot of clubs will be like, yo, are you bringing guests with you? And they figure out how many guests you come. They're going to position you a certain way so you ain't leaving in the middle of the show.
It's not my job to fill up your venue,
it's
sir.
Not.
You're already not paying me.
That's how they do, though. You bring guests. How many
I'll be
people
like,
come
no.
with you? And they come in there and be like, oh, you got 10 with you? You got 8? Yeah, I'm going to put you like number 13. So you keep that shit going.
That's the thing we doing in the DJ community. You know, promoters want the DJ to bring a crowd.
Yeah.
We're not doing that no more. It's your job as the promoter to bring the crowd. I'm them to entertain them. I am not to bring the crowd to fill your venue up so you can make money off me that you got me DJing, or DJing for free, or DJing for a minimum amount of money and telling jokes for free or minimum amount of money. That is not the case here.
That's the truth.
Right.
And they find every way to fucking try to milk the situation.
Right.
They'll pay you for this, and then you pay, and they, like when I do certain spots and I'm promoting this show, I'll be like, yo, I got everything at the door, and you got whatever's underneath the roof. And they'll be like, but you know, it's our establishment. I said, check this out. I'm getting a one-time fee of coming in. When they come in here, they fucking with you multiple times.
Right.
Oh, that drink was good. Come back again.
Right.
Yo, that food was good. You want an appetizer? Your shit is duplicated. So you're making money. You hand over fish. You want a piece of my pie too?
That's just
Stop
greedy.
being greedy.
Right.
So you can't eat over here. I get all of the door.
Right.
I charge whatever I charge, and once they get in here, I'll encourage them to eat two item minimum. But what I tell all the time, yo, if we can't do that, we can't do business. 'Cause
Right.
what you can't do is get half of my shit and all of yours. 'Cause
All your shit.
I'm not getting on your drinks, drink costs. I'm not getting on the other kind of shit like that. And when I start negotiating them, yeah, you get 10% and all that kind of stuff. That's not my business. I do numbers all day.
What's going on, Pat? Appreciate you tuning in.
That's not my type of number.
Do you think the industry is scared of comics who tell the truth, or just scared of comics who tell their truth?
Both.
Both.
I think comedy, like Smoke said last week, a lot of the comedy is the one art that we should be unapologetically truthful. And y'all should be able to laugh. Y'all fucking watering our shit down where people are scared to say shit.
That's true.
Because you got to second guess if you gonna record this shit and put it up and it go viral and I get canceled, I lose my job, all that kind of shit. You're killing an art that was meant to be unfiltered.
When you look at old comedy, like when I look at Richard Pryor, I looked at some of Richard Pryor's live on Sunset Strip. And some of the stuff he said in there, I was like, he would not get away with that
He
today.
couldn't make it
at
today.
all.
Red Fox.
Right.
Sam
Even
Kinison,
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, like, hell no. You could have said, man, what? This is how crazy it is. When I hear some of my favorite comedians or even rappers say the derogatory F word for gay people, I cringe. And y'all never did that back in there. But
Right,
now you're
right.
like, ooh.
Right. Because you've been trained to.
Right. Now you've been trained to be offended.
Right.
Well, they said that shit often.
Right.
So now you say,
Yeah.
or for people who special needs use the R word. Like,
And I look at old 80s commercials, and it was literally a commercial that said that in the commercial. Like early 80s. I was like, oh my God. And I wanted to clip it and post it to be like, they used to say this back in the 80s, but I figured out my page would get
Your
taken
page
down,
would be taken
and
down
I get
so
blocked.
fucking
I already got blocked on Facebook for something I said in the
and all
comments,
kind of bullshit.
which was actually a joke. If the algorithm and the AI that they use to take our stuff would have looked at the comment, they would have known it was
There's
a
no
joke by the
reference, no reference
context.
point. It doesn't have to have a reference point.
Right.
It just have to feel these keywords are being said. Get it out. Get it off the algorithm.
Right.
Immediately.
Right.
So that's how scary we are. But yeah, I mean, shit, y'all fucking up an art that's meant to be as unfiltered as possible. And if people look at it, comedians are offering real resolutions to things that's happening every day.
Right.
And if y'all just listen, you're like perfect example, the Chris Rock joke about paying too much money for per bullet.
Right.
If y'all not amped up bullshit,
He he must have did something. He got $25 plus in it, right?
that joke is fucking timeless
It is
and
hilarious.
genius. Because if you make a bullet so expensive, gun control will go down drastically.
Right.
But that's his perspective. That's what I'm saying. Comics have the ability, because we're dark by nature. The shit I say to other comics, I always say, yo, if this chat got out, nigga, we'd be done. Because the shit we say amongst each other be like, yeah. This shit can never get out. So that's what I'm saying. He gave a very good perspective of it. And that's what we do.
I forgot about that joke. Like,
That's one of my favorite Chris Rock jokes to the day. Like,
right.
the fucking bullet has to be so expensive that you have to really think about.
Right. Wasting them.
Do I really want to shoot you?
Right.
Yeah, I caught my wife cheating, but
Yeah. Is she worth $40,000?
come here. Let me pistol whip you real quick. Tell a nigga I shot you.
Right.
Gun control will be so easy.
Yeah.
So
that is true.
that's what we do. We provide the ability to give y'all thought-provoking stuff that you want to say, you know what, I ain't supposed to laugh at this shit,
But I'm gonna laugh.
that shit right.
Yeah.
I've said some shit before, and people be like, I ain't want to laugh at that shit, but you was right about that
Right.
shit. That's what it's meant to do. I'm going to say some shit that you know you want to laugh at, and you thought about, because I already tested it amongst people in my regular everyday, at the barbershop or something like, oh yeah, so this is easily, because it's 15 of us, at least 7 of us say this. Right, it's a common thought. I
Right.
can go with this.
But the thing is, though, the translation from the barbershop to the stage is different because you're chokehold so much.
Yeah. That's what I'm
if
saying.
we're a bunch of guys in the barbershop, we saying inappropriate shit anyway.
All day.
All day.
All
That's
day.
why you hang out at the barbershop back in the day. And I don't know if that's becoming a
It's the same
thing
thing.
now, but that's why you hang out at the barbershop.
Yep.
To talk inappropriately while you ain't got your wife and children there or whatever, and y'all having a good time. So I don't know if that, you tell me, I don't know if that translates to the stage from
It
the
can.
barbershop.
So I'll do it anyway. So I'll be at a grocery store. I've been to physical therapy, trying out shit that I wrote, and if it translates to laughs in a good majority, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this shit on stage, because that's what you want to do. You want to see how it feels just coming out your mouth. I tell people all the time, yo, just say it. Say it. If you I got my children's microphones, they're little karaoke microphone, and I'll just say the thing out loud over the microphone just so I can hear what that shit sound like. And that helps tremendously. Like you want to be able to get those thoughts out. And when you say it out loud, somebody will go, they laughing their ass off. They go, you wow, that shit true though. Yeah, motherfucker said. And when you start taking the consensus, like, oh yeah, I think I got something. And that's what you want. You want to be like, oh, okay, I think I got something. But again, I'm comfortable with skateboarding on that line. I habitually put my foot over back and forth, and I'll say, you look uncomfortable. Look at your face. She's screaming. She look uncomfortable.
Right.
This white lady here. She ain't smiling at me the whole time. She'll go, I've seen tons of shit that you be like, look back at it now, but it was fun when I said it.
All right, well,
I don't take it back.
that's all my questions.
Shit, I ain't got to do my shit today for the show.
Okay, well, look, check this out. What would you tell the younger self one truth about this business? Well, if you could tell your younger self one truth about this business, what would it be?
My younger self?
Yes.
This shit is cutthroat. You have to have patience. Don't trust everybody. Don't worry about other people's paths. Everybody will eventually get their moment. Be consistent. And constantly right. And be in the moment.
Do you recommend trying out comedy on your family? Because
I have.
they're biased.
I have. I tried out stuff. They don't know I'm trying it out. And my favorite thing is when they'll do something. I'm like, that shit better not be on stage. You better not talk about it. You'll never know.
Right.
I don't mention names.
Okay.
I've had people come to my show and heard me tell jokes, and they be like, yo, that shit about me. Co-workers, he talking about me. I don't mention no names. I
Right.
talk about specific scenarios, and names are never mentioned in my scenarios. The only time I ever say something, I don't even tell my kids' name. I just say my kids. I don't give their ages or whatever. But outside that, I don't mention any names. But if you come to my show, you'll like that. He talking about me,
Right.
and it's undeniable that you know that. So, fuck it. I'm gonna say that thing.
What's going on if Jesus was hood? that's a hell of a name.
If Jesus was hood.
If Jesus was hood. If Jesus was hood, what would he do?
What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do if he was hood? Yeah.
I don't know if Jesus okay with that name, so you don't piss him off.
Right. Jesus was hood. Jesus is in all hoods. I think it's a great name. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Facts.
Let me ask you one more question. What is one of the biggest sacrifices you made for comedy, and was it worth it to you?
That's a good one. Shit. That's a good one. So many answers to that. I would probably say, at times, time for my family. I think my kids now are so adjusted to, like, they'll go, oh, Dad, it's Wednesday. And they go, Dad's going to go make people laugh. He's going to go do the podcast.
Right.
You going to your second job, Dad? Yes. If I go and do open mic or go do a show, Dad, where you going? Oh, you're going to do your second job. You're going to make people laugh. So I've missed some things to do comedy. I try not to.
Mm-hmm.
But because I understand I'm getting paid for a certain amount of money, it was worth it. But I can imagine that I'm on the lower end of the spectrum. I can imagine a major star, how much stuff they miss with their families to go chase a bag. So time for my family. But because it goes back again, these braces need to be taken care of. These tuitions need to be taken care of, and it provides extra income. And I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. And they may not understand it now. I didn't understand what my dad was doing.
Right.
Multiple jobs, but as they get older, and I explain some things to them. I'll be like, yeah, you know that thing you wanted to get, that iPhone 16 you want to get?
Right.
How do you think you're gonna get it?
Right.
Oh, okay. Now it's understandable. So they kind of get it now. But time from your family. It does. Being in entertainment or that line of any entertainment, being a DJ, anything like that, it's spontaneous.
Right.
Sometimes there's gonna be moments that you just gotta get up and go. I've turned down major stuff because I made a promise to my kid and I can't break it. And I look back and go, fuck.
Right.
Like that could have been that thing.
You know, yeah, I get it. And I'm sorry I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
My thing with DJing was that I had children and I was married and I couldn't afford the equipment because everything that they needed was first.
That's
So
true.
that's what, I don't want to say held me back, but that's what kept me in a position to
That's
where
true.
I couldn't pursue it because I couldn't afford to get, I had 3 children. I couldn't afford to get, and they always within a year or 2 of each other.
Okay.
So I couldn't afford to get the children's stuff, take care of the wife, take care of the household, and buy equipment, until later on in my life, which was, shit, I probably was in my 30s or 40s by then. I was probably in my 40s. I was in my 40s by then. So 35, 40. So I couldn't afford it when I was younger in order to pursue it because I couldn't, it just wasn't my thing. But I think with comedy is a little bit better because you really don't have to buy any equipment, but you do have to be fucking funny.
You have to be funny.
Right.
You have to travel.
Yeah.
You have to, get up in your car and drive to another state.
Mm-hmm.
Hotel costs.
Right.
So it ain't the level of equipment stuff, but there are some costs and some time is just as
Time
big
is
as
a commodity
currency.
too.
Yeah,
Time
it's
is
a
a
currency
commodity too.
and you have no idea what that balance looks
Right.
like. We
Right.
all spending time, and nobody know what that final balance look like. So it matters. Nothing worse than me going somewhere. Or maybe you same thing, you going somewhere, doing something, and it's taken away from your family, and it be some bullshit.
Right.
The people there are ungrateful. The promoters is trying to fuck you for your money. Man, nigga, I could have been home with my fucking
Right.
family.
Eating sandwiches and watching TV.
Chilling, rubbing my feet together. And I drove 40 minutes for this bullshit.
Right.
So that's the worst feeling. I can't get that time back, nigga.
Yeah.
And I did my part. Services were rendered.
Right. Right.
So you start learning, nigga, I need my money up front because I don't trust you.
And that's where, I agree. Because I used to be like, oh, don't just pay me. Nah, I need my, before I set up, that balance need to be paid.
Yeah, I don't trust you.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to, the door
And
kinda
I got
light.
this deposit. And if you don't
I
pay me,
definitely
I'm
get the
keeping your
deposit.
fucking deposit.
I definitely
just the way it goes.
That shit's not refundable.
We're going to end on a controversial note. How do you feel that the industry rewards talent or do they reward connections and luck more?
That's a good one. I think a little bit of both, but more on connections. It's really no luck. I believe that preparation and opportunity gives you what you need. Being ready, being prepared. There's no luck, but connections help. I've lost jobs to people who are fraternity members or some shit like that. I'm more qualified. I know I'm more qualified, but that frat came in, all that shit out the window.
Right.
So I was just talking about this to a comedian on the way over here. Look, oh, you going to this club, you going to this club. You know they got bucket lists. I'm not going to the bucket list. Why not? That's an opportunity for, you know why? Because I've watched people go to the comedies, and everybody don't know what bucket list means, is when you put your name in a raffle hat, and they have a lineup of guaranteed people that's going to be, but the bucket list is, hey, you might get on because, this person ain't show up, and there may be 4 or 5 bucket spots.
Are they pulling it out your hat, though?
Right.
So
They
you don't even know if you're going to get up because you don't know if your name going to be pulled.
So they pulling out of a bucket because you put your name in it like a little raffle, and they say, I've sat here and watch the promoter pull the thing out, and I watch him open the paper and said a completely different name because his homeboy just walked in the door. So you'd be like,
right,
that's that bullshit.
Right.
It's the connection. Oh, you just came. There was no fucking way your name's on his list, and we fucking 20 minutes into the shit.
Right.
You just walked in.
You just walked in.
No fucking way. I know everybody in this bitch.
Right. Right.
No.
Right.
So it's that type of connections will get you what you need. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke they said. I don't know. Richard Pryor, somebody says, who you know or who you blow.
Mm-hmm. I think that's true with, and I hate to rag on Atlanta because I love living here. I think that's true just in Atlanta with all creative industries, even with DJing. It's true. Connections. Like you gotta, even connections and clicks. It's a more connections and clicks in the DJ world because you could know a person, but if you ain't within their clique or kissing their ass or whatever the case may be, they're not going to invite you to stuff or they're not going to do things with you in a way that DJing is done. So I agree. Cliquish. I mean, connections do get you further. But if you're not within that clique of, like you said, that was his fraternity brother, so he knew him. So they kind of in the clique. You get what I'm saying? So, a lot of time I think that puts a negative spin on the game, but it is what it is.
I tell people all the time, relationships is the most important currency you can have. Mm-hmm. I've gotten stuff done. I've done given myself opportunities because of who I know.
Right.
And it's crazy, but it's just what it is. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. So you learn that connections is gonna get you where you go. Who you know matters.
Right.
Who you know definitely matters. It is a game changer. And in entertainment, anything in life, if you have to know the right people, shit, politics, all that shit, you will get in the door. And I tell people, you just gotta get in the door. Get in the room where the decisions are being made and figure the shit out once you get in there.
Okay, we're gonna end on this. What would be something you would tell an up and coming comedian who is deciding, you know what, this ain't for me, and after maybe a few months or a year into it, that they decide like this ain't. I love it. I want to do it so bad, but I can't get that foothold. Like, what would you tell that comedian?
Don't quit. You ain't gonna get this shit immediately. It takes a while to really get your footing, to get your voice. Someone told me a long time ago, it takes 2 to 3 years to actually get your comedic voice. Mm-hmm. And your comedic voice is something you feel comfortable doing. Mm-hmm. Something you feel comfortable doing, and it's gonna take time. This is gonna take time. That's all. So just be comfortable in what you're doing, and you be done. So don't give up. Keep going. You have to keep going. All right.
Hey, we've talked to comedian CJ Trials for the last hour. He didn't know I was gonna hit him with this.
No.
But hey, when I get a chance to talk to him, I think it's important for people to know who he is as a comedian and how long he has been doing it. Because he's always interviewing other folks and putting them in the spotlight. Sometimes it's good once or twice a year to put him in the spotlight. Yep. So, hey, I'm DJ Lab. This is Misfits of Comedy. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Misfits Radio and TV, YouTube, Misfits of Comedy Instagram, Misfits of Comedy Facebook. No Misfits Radio and TV Facebook right now because we in timeout. We've been putting time out. But YouTube, Misfits of Comedy, YouTube, Misfits Radio and TV. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Anything else you want to say before we go?
See y'all next week. All right, peace.
Chris Classic 2016. First of all, I'm a New York nigga. New kicks, new chicks, and new fitted. You can put me anywhere, I'ma kick it. 125th G-Dep, let's get it. I hate when niggas say you make real hip-hop. I will still fuck your bitch in Gucci flip-flops. The problem is if I say anything intelligent, you call it conscious like it's somehow not relevant. I agree that this ain't really for KOD, but say la vie out the bows in the SUV. On my way to the Black Oscars, the late Oscar Grant is getting honored. Somebody tell Ryan Coogler he's a